British territory except 4 released inmates from Gitmo. The 4 Chinese Muslims, known as Uighurs, were cleared of any wrongdoing by U.S. authorities. Well, now 2 lawmakers from the United States want to hold hearings on the former detainees, and they say if it has to happen in Bermuda, they'll be willing to go there. Congressman William Delahunt, Democrat from Massachusetts, and Congresswoman Rohrabacher is a Republican from California, members of that Foreign Affairs Committee. Gentlemen, good to see you both today. Congressman Rohrabacher, let me begin with you. What do you hope to accomplish by interviewing these former detainees from Guantanamo Bay?
Well, what's significant about this issue is that while Chairman Delahunt and I have been on this for a long time and tried our best to interview these Uyghur prisoners while they were in Guantanamo, we were actually denied the right to go down and talk to them. But at the same time, the administration permitted Chinese intelligence, the Chinese dictatorship's intelligence people, to go into Guantanamo and to question them and perhaps to intimidate them. So we want to get some of it straight from the prisoners themselves as to what went on with the communist Chinese intelligence, and again reaffirm reports that we have for many years now that the Uyghurs actually are pro-American. They want democracy for their country, and that they were incarcerated incorrectly in the beginning.
Congressman Delahunt, we know that there are concerns about the treatment of the detainees at Guantanamo Bay, the questions of whether they were tortured. Is that really what's driving you into looking further into their situation at Gitmo?
No, what's driving us is exactly the point that Congressman Rohrabacher made, which is an effort to search for the truth, what the facts are in terms of these particular group of detainees. We found it particularly disturbing that we were denied access to those detainees to interview them in our effort to determine what the truth is, and yet at the same time, as he indicated, communist Chinese security agents were given access. There is evidence that they were interrogated and threatened, and we find that reprehensible.
And also, don't you think that there's this whole issue of fairness? I mean, if we arrested people and kept them detained for years and years, only to then turn around and go, oh, you know what? They're cleared of any suspicion. How fair is that?
Well, this whole episode speaks very poorly of leaders in the United States, because what it appears to be that we knew that they were innocent of charges, that they were actually there because they opposed dictatorship. They wanted, they are people who are under the thumb of communist Chinese, dictators in their home country, and yet we acquiesced to the dictators, to the oppressors, in order not to make them angry. That speaks very poorly of our leadership, that we're willing to do that in order to kowtow to a dictator. Here we punish these freedom fighters.
We were concerned that our policy was manipulated by the communist Chinese government to suit their particular purposes, which were to persecute and deny the human rights to the Uyghur community in China. I posed a question just recently at a hearing, and I asked what would happen if the Uyghurs had been sent back to China. The unanimous response was that they would have been persecuted and most likely executed.
And again, with the lawmakers here, it was not in my backyard, which is why they ended up not only in Bermuda, but now heading to Palau. To representatives, I hope you'll keep us in the loop as you move forward on this. I do appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
We're just getting some tape in.